fire department first formed, a group of 25 men that had never done anything like that before, but they stepped up, fulfilling a need to help out the community. So these people realized that there was a concern and a need, said, hey, let's do something about it. And they got together and bought a used fire truck and started stepping up to the need. Everything came out of 1 or 2 stations, and it's important to have fire trucks closer. So as the town grew, the department grew. The first station was in Four Corners, Central Vestal. And the second station was in Vestal Center, this station in Ross Corners, Station 4 up in Willow Point area.
Historically, the Vestal Fire District was governed by the town board, and that's the way it had been for over 100 years. Over time, fire districts started to obtain their own governance through their own fire commissioners.
Our change was the administration of the fire district. Instead of being governed by the town board, we are now governed by our own fire commissioners.
Those folks were trying to run the town and trying to run the highway department and trying to run the recreation and the parks. It ended up being a situation where the fire district required more attention and required dedicated people that were working solely on that task.
October 2nd, 2024, we received approval to actually separate from the town. And on that day, new fire commissioners were appointed, and we are now a separate political subdivision from the state of New York.
So now that we have our own fire commissioners, we have a dedicated group of people. Their sole mission is the fire department and the fire district.
We don't understand the business, we don't understand the needs, and we believe we're probably doing a better job addressing fire and life safety concerns than previously was done by fire commissioners that were also running the town board.
Incidentally, the Vestal Fire District, I think, is maybe one of the best bargains for the taxpayers of the town of Vestal. Our budget is $1.0095 per assessed $1,000. And what that really means is that if you own a house that is worth $100,000, you're paying $100.95 for your fire protection for the year. The Vestal Fire Department is 100% volunteer. So whenever you see a fire call, whenever you hear the fire whistle, whenever you see fire trucks on the road, the person driving, the person in the front seat, and everybody in the back, they're all volunteers. And that's why we can keep our taxes so low, and that's why we are the best bargain for the taxpayer.
I was 16 years old when I started. I just remember that it was such a prideful moment knowing that I was helping out my community. Whenever there was community service that needed to be done, my qualifications were already met because I was a volunteer firefighter.
I love being a volunteer because you just get to help your community, and the brotherhood and sisterhood is amazing. We're constantly learning things all the time. That's what makes it so much fun. It's always something new. Every Monday it's a new training, you're learning something new, you're meeting new people, learning new people. It's just fun.
When I moved up here in 2019, I was well into my 50s, and they accepted me with open arms and welcomed me like a brother. We're responding to somebody's worst nightmare, somebody's worst day. You're there to help, and with all the excitement, you're not there for yourself. You're there for them.
What's great about the volunteer service is there's a job for everybody. And say you don't want to necessarily go fight fire, but you're good at finances. We have a spot for you here. If you want to go inside burning buildings and everything like that, we have a spot for you here. If you just want to drive, there's a spot for you here.
If you want to slide down a ladder from the second story of the training building, they'll let you do that. If you don't want to do that, then you can do something else at the site during training day. That basically you might be driving one of the apparatus, you might be working a panel, you might be picking up the ladder from the bottom. Nobody pressures you into doing things that you feel you can't do.
You don't know what you're walking into. Definitely if you're going to a house fire, it's like a second alarm, you don't know what you're going to. But also you're worried about not only yourself, but you're we all want to go home, so you're worried around you're worried about the people that are with you as well.
The camaraderie is fantastic. This is a brother and sisterhood. We support each other, and I think we work well together, and we're a tight team. And being a firefighter hits a lot of buttons. You know, it's exciting. Someday during training, you get the chance to actually drive a fire truck, and that's pretty fun.
Vestal Fire has 4 stations with approximately 25 or so pieces of apparatus. Some of the specialized equipment and different things that we have, 2 tankers in the town, both 3,000 gallons, and what they're for is get the water out to the rural parts of Vestal where there aren't any fire hydrants. We also have 2 4-wheel drive, what's called mini pumpers. They're a short wheelbase type of truck. We have the water rescue team with 2 boats.
RDC, banana boats. We were the first to require those in the entire Boone County. The Zodiacs, they're a small, quick, little fast boat. We have 2 aluminum type boat, primarily set up for divers or assist with body recovery. If we have a cadaver dog sitting on the boat, he can go on it, where the Zodiac he can't.
2 tower ladder trucks, 1 in the Four Corners area and 1 at our Station 4, both for different kinds of truck company operations, whether it's getting firefighters to the roof and doing the vent or making a rescue. We have 2 heavy rescues for a variety of different things, whether it's for a car accident, refill air bottles at the scene of a fire, and then the engines. They're our primary pieces of equipment that respond to just about every alarm. They're kind of the first line pieces where the engines go, and they carry the firefighters and a lot of our equipment to make the initial attack on the fire.